Hello, and welcome back to Tech Tuesday. One of the most laborious parts of grading any essay, as any English or history teacher can attest, is leaving those comments, especially leaving comments on every single essay. There's a way in Google Classroom to streamline that process. You can use a button on Google Classroom and generative AI to help you write feedback, and you can focus that feedback on exactly what you want. If you already have a rubric attached to your assignment, it'll use that to help you grade. But if you want to find something specific or look for specific elements in an essay or in any written work, you can focus that AI on those particular aspects. So let's take a look at how to do that. Here I have a student's essay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the rubric on the right side, scroll down a bit. I'm going to go to Help Me Write, this little blue part that's right here. I'll click on this. Now, because I already have a rubric attached, this makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to go ahead and type 8th grade target level. What do I want the feedback to focus on? Well, I want to make sure that it's taking a look at the rubric as it's generating feedback. But also, I want to focus on some things that students seem to be struggling with as part of this essay. They're not citing evidence in the correct way. Their tone is a little bit too casual for a formal essay. So I'm going to go ahead and write those things down. So I want to focus on the following areas here. Paragraph 2, 3, and 4 need to contain a quote. Avoid using first-person point of view. Keep it objective. Obviously, spelling. Language should be formal for an academic essay and integrate the quotes properly, not just dropped in without context. I'll go ahead and suggest feedback right here. And I've got a positive feedback here and improvements. And if I take a look at the feedback, I'll see that it more or less adheres to what I'm trying to look for in essays. So for example, I've got the use of specific quotes, distinct sections as part of my essay following that 5-paragraph structure, and then a couple of things that a student could improve on. Avoiding first-person point of view, not saying things like in my research, making sure that there are cited quotes. This student missed a couple of these things. You want to make sure that you're double-checking this because generative AI can make mistakes. Now, if I want to refine this a little bit, I can go down to the little blue pencil at the very bottom and click on where it says refine. I'll click on that. And let's say that I want to make this a little bit more casual. I'll click on that right here, and it'll rewrite and be a little bit more casual in terms of the language that it's using. I could also make this more formal if I wanted to. It's already pretty formal as is initially, so I probably don't want to make it more formal. I could also refine this further and put this into bullet points. So it's even easier for a student to see exactly what they need to improve on, either as part of a second draft or when they write their next essay. I can copy this suggestion and I can paste it as part of the comments, or I can just post directly by clicking on this and it'll make that private comment. And this just streamlines the grading a little bit more. And if you actually copy and paste that prompt that we had initially, I can just copy and paste that on every student's essay and generate feedback in that way. Thank you for watching this edition of Tech Tuesday. If you have any questions or would like something to be covered in the future, let me know.